Hey everyone, Creeper here. So today we're going to be going over a video of someone defending everyone's favorite Belgium king, SunnyV2.
Alright guys, welcome to the channel. I know it's been like 6 months since the last time I made a commentary video, but when I saw this video that Communist Creeper made, I had no choice but to make a response to it because it's really just another one of his woke takes on the issue of transgenderism.
You know it's going to be a good video when it opens up saying that I have woke tics about transgenderism. Of course, this person doesn't know what woke is. In fact, I made a video recently about how people don't know what the definition of woke is, so that's kind of funny.
Now, he made a video saying that SunnyV2 is like this transphobic person, when in reality I watched SunnyV2's video, and this is the most nuanced video I've ever seen on the Chris Tyson situation.
The video wasn't nuanced at all. He pretended to be nuanced, but in the entire video, he's just taking the sides as transphobes. So not really nuanced at all when he's taking a side and actually just giving that side a platform instead of, I don't know, maybe platforming both sides, even though it's not really a both sides issue. In fact, it's not really an issue at all. It's just a bunch of losers on Twitter complaining.
I will admit, there are some mistakes that he made, like for example when he said that Chris Tyson is an over-the-top LGBTQ character like in those woke movies. Now this could be right or wrong, because it could be right if MrBeast has Chris Tyson on his platform in his videos, pushing this agenda of transgenderism.
No, that wouldn't be bad at all, because oh, how horrible transgender people existing. Also, the real problem with that statement is that he's not a character. He's a human being, and he's just being himself. Also, this might start getting a little confusing because of the whole multiple layers. So my current self is speaking with Star Wars Battlefront 2 gameplay, while my old self is speaking with GTA gameplay.
Hey everyone, Creepy here. So today we're going to be talking about a horrible video by SunnyV2 called Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for MrBeast. Also, just so you know, for this situation, MrBeast and his crew are 100% in the right. Literally, he's just supporting his friend while they transition. That is it. MrBeast has also already responded to this, saying, yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare, he's my friend. And things are fine. All the transphobia is starting to piss me off.
Alright, so unlike what Communist Creeper said, that tweet right there is one of many things that MrBeast did wrong, and I would argue it's the worst thing that MrBeast did wrong.
Yeah, MrBeast is horrible. He supported his friend. Just disgusting. How could he?
Now, the main reason I think it's wrong is because MrBeast is regularly getting cancelled. I mean, every single time that he uploads a new video. There was one point, I believe, like 2 weeks ago, where he uploaded a TikTok, a 15-second TikTok, where he gave a car to a waitress who got to work late that day, by the way, because she didn't have a car and her Uber was late. And MrBeast, in that very short TikTok, did not mention that he was going to pay taxes, the $6,000 in taxes for that car. And because he failed to mention that in that TikTok, he got cancelled for that on Twitter by these same people, who he's trying to appease right now by alienating his #1 defenders when shit like that happens to him.
So people criticize him, whether that be good or bad criticism, but the people who he is alienating, quote unquote, always defend him. Yeah, because conservatives are morons. Conservatives will defend anything they think that is on their side. But as soon as MrBeast showed support for his friend, all of a sudden that support evaporated because conservatives don't stand for anything. They just care about power. This whole culture war is a bunch of made-up nonsense that they started for no reason other than they want to use it to divert attention to gain power. People who regularly defend MrBeast don't care about MrBeast whatsoever. They just defended him because they believe that he was on their side on the culture war. The problem is that he wasn't.
Oh yeah, I just think it's really one of the main things MrBeast did incorrectly, and probably his worst business decision yet.
This is a perfect response from MrBeast, actually. Like, I can't give him any criticism for the situation. Like, he's doing everything correctly.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast brand.
Dude, you're doing this again? This is absolute bullshit. You distorted the voice of SunnyV2 for no reason.
There is no winning with people like this. They complain for the sake of complaining. I made a video responding to a Cheeto where I put his video at 1.5 speed. The person I'm responding to currently complained about that. So the video that I responded to from SunnyV2, I had at 1.25 speed. And that's not enough of a change. There is no winning with this. They are complaining for the sake of complaining.
Usually when you do this, like the last time you did this, you distorted someone's voice. You did it because you sped up the video. And this time you did not speed the video up noticeably at all, and you just did that for no reason.
You see, nothing's good enough. It's either too fast or too slow. It doesn't matter. They are complaining because they feel like it.
Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck loving dude. Yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as, "I finally got my
This whole video is just implying that this kind of stuff is bad. It's okay for people to get their nails done. There's nothing wrong with people getting their nails painted.
Well, Communist Creeper, nobody, and I mean nobody, in SunnyV2's video said that there was anything wrong with getting your nails painted.
There's this crazy thing we call looking at the context. This whole context is complaining that Chris Tyson is changing. And what's really interesting is you notice the music in the background of his video is all dreadful and horrifying, even in this part. So therefore, he's trying to play Chris Tyson getting his nails done as spooky and scary. It's like it's a documentary about murder. That's how he treats this.
However, when you have a man pretending that he is a woman, do you think it's important to first take a note of when he started getting his nails done and things to make him look more feminine?
Probably should have put a trigger warning earlier in this video. This man is very openly bigoted.
Also, Creeper, SunnyV2 never said anything about transgenderism in that video, besides one error that he made where he called Chris an over-the-top LGBTQ character.
Which one is it? Did he do it or did he not do it? You can't say both in the same sentence. Also, things could be implied, you know that, right?
Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself, because I quote look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?" Prompting replies such as, "You went from man to boy." Chris responded by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my..."
Well, people transitioning can improve their mental health, so therefore he's being completely honest.
And I will admit, I should have probably skipped over this because it's not related to the Chris situation at all, but I couldn't help but notice when Communist Creeper said that Chris is improving his mental health by pretending he's something that he is not. I mean, at one point Chris literally said to be yourself when he first announced that he was on HRT. I mean, this idea that by completely changing yourself, destroying your family, and taking away the ability of your child to have a father figure.
So Chris is just doing what he wants to be happy, and actually he didn't destroy his family through this. Actually, we don't know how he destroyed his family. It's weird to be speculative about this. And taking away his father figure. Last time I checked, he is still very much in his child's life. In fact, he is raising his child. So how did he lose a father figure? Because, oh, God forbid, he have a more feminine father.
That improves your mental health. The idea is number 1, crazy, and number 2, even if it did improve his mental health, it's still selfish thing to do because you're taking away father from your son who had nothing to do with whatever influenced you to become a transgender.
It is very likely to improve your mental health. Also, once again, he's not removing his child having a father figure. In fact, he's still in his child's life. And also, being in a better mental state will make you a better parent for your child. Fun fact. In fact, being in a better mental state will probably just make you better to be around in general. Also, the whole he's losing a father figure narrative is really disingenuous because, once again, he's in his child's life. And it's really just trying to say, oh, feminine people can't be fathers.
Which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails? Chris had
People making transphobic comments doesn't make them correct. Just because a bunch of people are being bigoted doesn't automatically mean that they're in the right in a situation.
As far as I'm aware, that video that all those comments were under was uploaded way before Chris announced that he was a transvestite.
Yep, this moron purposely uses incorrect terms.
Creeper gave me a lot to respond to in this part of the video, so I guess I'll start off right now. Communist Creeper said that it's weird that SunnyV2 went into his marriage as deep as he went, which I'll admit was kind of weird, but it's not like that he dug up every single personal detail humanly possible. Everything that he got from the video was posted publicly. And I have to say that while Communist Creeper never says another possible reason why Chris Tyson could become a transvestite.
So I believed it's weird that SunnyV2 tried to make reasons to why Chris became trans, which it is, and you're mad that I didn't give my own reasoning. It's because it's a personal matter and we don't know why! He just wanted to, who cares? If I think it's weird for someone to be doing something, why the hell would I do it myself?
I think I heard this on either Sensitive Society or Cheeto's channel, where apparently one of them said that Chris would make these jokes about transgenderism back 7-8 years ago because he had his own gender dysphoria issues. Now that's my theory for why he transitioned. I think SunnyV2 was incorrect, and Creeper never gave his own theory about it either.
If you give a theory to why you believe someone transitioned, you're a degenerate loser. Anyway, there's nothing more of substance to cover within that video. Creeper out.
Socialism is when the government does stuff. And it's more socialism, the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.